Okay, step one, implementing the factorial function in Plait without using letrec or local or define. Here was our earlier attempt. We tried using let and it doesn't work. The problem is we don't have the name fac at the point we're on the right hand side. At the point where we're trying to define the function fac, we don't yet have the binding. We do have it here when we call it though. And that's key because if we have it here when we're calling it, then we could try passing it into fac, right? Fac doesn't know its own name, but someone who can call fac can tell fac its own name. So let's try that. Let's change fac to a facx function, and then we can call facx, but pass facx itself as we call it. And this is almost okay, except now we still have fac here. We don't have fac anymore. All we have is facx, which is the function that wants itself. So all we have to do to make this work is make this a call to facx with itself. And of course, both of these facx are really the argument here that was passed into the original call, which is itself. And so it all hangs together. In fact, if you run this, then it all works out. Except that we don't have fac anymore, we have facx. So if we really wanted to get the factorial function, then we need to add a wrapper layer. So here was that same thing I wrote before, just instead of 10, I've written in, I've wrapped it in a lambda, and now I let fac be that function. And now I have managed, just using let, no letrex, just using let and lambda, to bind the factorial function so that I can call it here. And that's what we wanted for this first step, so we're already done with that much. I lie slightly. This looks like a Plait program. It's not quite a Plait program. If we try to run it, then we find that we get a type error from Plait. But let's just work around that by claiming the untyped version of Plait and try running it again. And that's okay since curly is going to be untyped. And we see now that this encoding does work out. We get the factorial of 10 at the end, and we have not relied on letrec or local or define.